What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So I think I'd call this like Warframe DE drama today. Basically, one of the DE employees straight up said, no, there will be no cross-trade. Don't get excited for cross-trade because it's not happening. And then kind of like started backpedaling like right after that sentence was said. And then we kind of got a little bit of damage control from the head community manager like later in the day for that statement. So yeah. If you've been living under a rock, or if you just don't care about stuff going on in Warframe, you might know that we got cross-play recently. It's not exactly feature-rich, but I could play with people on PC and Switch and, all that stuff. As you see right here, these guys right here with these little different icons next to their name, those guys are on console. So we can play with cross-play. We can't do anything else with cross-play. If you look at trade chat, none of these guys in trade chat are cross-play because you can't trade with other guys on cross-platform. And that's what a lot of people in the community were wondering about. It's like, yo, are we going to be able to trade with people across platform? Because, there's certain platforms where the player base is massively diminished compared to PC. PC is the biggest player base by a big margin. So that's what we'll be talking about today. We're going to go over all the facts, okay? I don't speak Spanish, but I got Spanish translated for me, and we got some additional clips too. And I'm going to talk to DE. I want to talk to DE directly here. Well, D, you're having discussions behind the scenes. Let me show you some things that you should definitely consider and why cross-trade should be eventually added to the game. Before we get into it, though, make sure to check out the live stream channel. We'll be doing the new Destiny dungeon later tonight. I'm also going to try to do a level 10,000 Varuna mission either tonight or like the next couple of days. So if you guys want to give any suggestions on what weapons to use there, I was thinking the Paragale because, it is Varuna Sniper and et cetera, et cetera. Also, I think we might get a little bit toxic today, so we're going to switch to Saren just to fit the mood, okay? Some people can view it as toxic. It's the harsh truth, okay? All right, so let's get some gameplay up. We're going to go over these clips. And no offense to the first guy we're going to go over. I have never heard of this person before. They apparently are a DE streamer, Zorro. He seems like he's a nice guy and stuff. But I think that Zorro might be in trouble today because he was talking way too casually with chat, in my opinion. He was not talking like it was at his job. He was talking like he was like hanging out with his buddies, and they're like, "Hey, can you tell us about this feature that you haven't announced or anything like that?" Can you tell us? He's like, "Yeah, that feature's not happening, guys." So I'm gonna show the clip. I don't speak Spanish, but I do have a Spanish translation for this because this is on the international Warframe stream. Okay, and we'll go over the English stream after that. I want to just point out too, this guy's playing Ureli, so there's definitely something afoot here. Okay, so let's bring up this. Now, keep in mind, like I said, I don't speak Spanish. I don't know if you speak Spanish either, but we're about to listen to some Spanish here. So the clip in question is between 31 minutes and 17 seconds and 31 minutes and 4 seconds. So we're going to go a couple of seconds early.
Todo en español, baby.
I don't speak Spanish at all. 31.04.
Oye, Zorro, y el cross en comercios. Chicos, no va a haber cross de comercio. Ténganlo por seguro que no habrá cross de comercio.
No to cross trade.
Por favor, tengan eso en cuenta, ¿vale?
Don't get excited
Para
that's
que
not
no
going to
se
happen.
decepcionen cuando nunca venga. No va a haber cross de comercios, ¿vale? Solo para que lo sepan.
Okay, and then he backtracks apparently at
Y eso
31.04.
tiene que ver con los acuerdos con las diferentes plataformas. No sé si en un futuro vaya a cambiar, pero por ahora no hay cross de comercio. No hay cross de comercio.
Okay, so like I said, I don't speak Spanish, so I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And then we get damage control later in the day by, basically his boss.
First, and like I said, the forum post up currently is detailing out the, kind of some of the restrictions that we currently still have with cross-platform play. Like we mentioned about gifting, you can't gift. As a PC player, I can't gift someone on Xbox. Those are conversations that we're still having, similar to trading. We're having those conversations, and as we kind of ramp up what we're working on with cross-save, as our coders really get into it, we have to talk to all the subsequent platforms, make sure everyone's on board. So we are going to be having those conversations, and that may change. It may not change, but we still have to have those conversations. So if you're curious about trading or gifting, when we have concrete information to share with you, we will share it. But as of right now, the forum post is, the truth, and that's currently what we're working with cross-platform play. And next up is cross-save.
Okay, so that's the response that the Zoro should have gave Zoro. Zoro was talking like he was hanging out with the buddies at the campfire and just casually dropping big announcements. Like, no offense, Zoro. Like, you seem like a cool guy besides the Irelia playing part. But I feel like you had no authority to make that announcement on that stream. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. But at the same time, it's like, okay, this guy, he works at DE. He's an official streamer of DE, right? Like, I don't know how long he's worked there, but he probably knows what's going on to some extent. He didn't just pull that information out of nowhere. So I'm leaning towards there being no cross-platform trade. So for example, if I was trying to sell you a Wukong Prime set, I'm on PC, you're on Switch, not happening. But then it makes you think, okay, well, isn't there going to be cross-platform save? Like if I was, let's say I was, the same example, I'm trying to trade to someone on Switch, but I'm on PC. If I had a Switch, could I sign in on my Switch with my PC account and then trade him my Wukong Prime set on Switch, right? Like, if we're going to have cross-platform save, but no cross-platform trading, are you going to take away all of my Prime parts, all of my Rivens, all my Arcanes, all my good tradable stuff when I switch platforms, right? Because if not, then why is there no cross-platform trade? It seems like it would be very similar. I'm assuming it's because they don't have to keep track of plat wallets across platforms and all that. But at the same time, I mean, people make alt accounts on PC all the time to like trade stuff between their accounts. I know it's against TOS, but people do it. I don't do it, but people do it. So I don't know, DE. I think that we need an actual like concrete full answer soon because Zoro dropped the ball here, dude. He was speaking in absolutes. He was saying there will not be cross trade. And apparently at the end he says, for now. But, you know, a lot of people that made videos on this already didn't include the for now part. So I'm trying to do our due diligence. Now let's talk about why that we should have cross trade in the future. It's going to mostly be about, we talked about earlier, the Switch platform. The Switch platform is a ghost town compared to like every other platform. Not only because like, you know, at least for me, if I was to buy a Switch, I'd probably be playing like Nintendo, like, official titles or whatever, because that's why, I mean, you buy a Switch for exclusives, and for portability, of course. But yeah, I wouldn't be really playing Warframe on a Switch unless it was, you know, cross-save, and I'd be playing my PC account on there to get some extra progression. But here's the thing, since there's not as many players on Switch, getting stuff traded to you is a nightmare, bro. You can't even, like, find someone to sell this stuff most of the time. I'm going to show the example of Warframe Market right now. So here is Warframe Market, good site that I use to trade stuff all the time. Let's go and just search for Mag Prime set. Mag Prime set. I'm set to PC, so it'll show PC traders. I click on Mag Prime set. Look at that, 170 plat for the cheapest guy, 175 for the rest of the guys. So, you know, pretty normal price probably. I don't know if she's vaulted or whatever. Oh, she is vaulted, but I don't know if she's like rare or whatever. So 170 on PC. Let's look at Xbox. You know, probably a decently similar price. On Xbox, dang, it's 400 plat on Xbox. As you can see, the amount of players going down and the amount of, you know, people to choose from going down changes with platform. So Xbox got a lower trader base. Let's look at PlayStation 4. The second highest player base. Okay, they only have 3 people online selling, but it's a similar price to the PC price. Then we go to Switch. So yeah, Xbox looked a little bit sketchy too, honestly. Then we go to Switch, and that's PC. We go to Switch and we look at this. There is one guy kind of online. It's double the price of PC. There is like 10 people total on all of Switch. 90% of them are offline. And this is the same for every item in the game. Necros Prime set. If there even is a Necros Prime set for sale. That's the thing. Yeah, there's one, probably the same guy selling a Necros Prime set. That's a different guy. So Switch needs cross-platform trade. Because there's not enough players doing trades on Switch. Because you think about it, if you're trading something on Switch, that's you playing a good amount of time on Switch, and you're going to be getting an organized squad. I don't know how hardcore people are on Switch play-wise, but because of Switch, and maybe, I guess Xbox wasn't looking too good there. I think that we need cross-platform trade because some things on Switch are going to be basically unearnable, at least for like a while. Now that we have Prime Resurgence, like, that might be their excuse. Is like, nah, Switch players will get Loki Prime in 2025 when he gets unvaulted with the Resurgence. It's like, if that's acceptable to DE, then I guess we have no ammo there. But if that isn't acceptable to DE, that's a really good reason to have cross-platform trade. So it's multiple things. Like, okay, so cross save could kind of invalidate this. Switch is going to get left out to dry because now if they have cross save, a bunch of the players from Switch are going to probably switch other platforms if they actually really like the game. Because, Switch is not the best running situation. And I mean, it runs better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, right? But it, as far as, being a great running version of Warframe, it's the most inferior version until the mobile version comes out. So they're going to be losing players. They're also going to be potentially restricted to the platform they're trading on. And let's just take a quick look at the Warframe hype site for crossplay, because there actually is nothing about trading on here. It says cross-platform play is meant to unite the Origin system once and for all. The thing is, though, this is a very trade-heavy game. I mean, we literally have one of the official chats in the game. Like, there's 3 official chats in the game, or I guess 4 technically. There's region chat, which is meant for like talking about stuff. Recruiting chat, which is meant for getting squads together. A key feature of the game is it's a squad-based action shooter kind of game, looter shooter kind of game. So very important. And the third tab is the trading tab. So it's important enough that DE made a trading chat for it. There's different trade filters. There's like a trade bot, or rather the kick bot thing that kicks people out that say the wrong messages in there. So they understand it's a big part of the game. And for certain platforms, it's like an essential part of the game because you just can't get some of this stuff. So yeah, I hope that they don't leave a key feature of their game out. Of course, it is likely just because of money, right? If you are forced to buy platinum, let's say you were a prisoner of PS4, which I call people that, prisoner of PS4 sometimes. Like, you were playing on PS4 in like 2018 for Warframe. You don't play PS4 anymore. You want to play on PC, but there's no cross save. So until cross save comes out, you're not playing Warframe. I call those guys prisoners of PS4. Basically, just prisoner of the platform you started on. You want to switch. Imagine, let's say you have like 2,000 plat on that PS4 account you're a prisoner of. When cross save comes out, if DE told you that plat on PS4 is useless on PC, you'd either go and spend it right away on PS4 or you'd buy a new plat on PC. Either way, you're probably buying a new plat on PC, which means more money for them. So that's likely one of the reasons why they're doing this. I'm assuming it's not any database issue because, I mean, they've got crossplay working quite well. So I'm not a programmer or whatever, but it definitely seems like it's a money thing here. And yeah, so as far as like the TLDR and the final verdict here, I feel like Zoro definitely said something he wasn't supposed to. I hope Zoro doesn't get fired, but that was pretty bad, Zoro. You definitely kind of lost control there for a second, dude. He was definitely not under the. He had no authority to be saying those things. Megan did damage control after the fact. Typical company response, we're still working. Well, you'll know when we know, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. We have no news to report on, blah blah blah. So, as far as cross-platform trade, though, yes or no, I'm gonna go with no. I mean, that guy spoke with such confidence there. It seemed very clear there will be no cross-platform trade, and the response afterwards was just like I said, damage control. Hopefully these guys take this bait. And they forget that, hopefully no one watched the international stream. Well, people did watch the international stream. People that can translate from Spanish to English for us. And that's the information. I know at least one other creator, Lazar, made a video on this. And I didn't watch his video, but people told me about his video. And yeah, Lazar's a cool dude. And I feel like he probably made a pretty level-headed response too. So if you want another input on this, go check out his video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'll be live in a little bit with that new Destiny dungeon. And we'll be live later tomorrow. With the Nightwave and the Archon reset for the reset as well. So hope you guys found this helpful. I really hope cross-platform trade comes out for console's sake. For people that are going to stay on Switch, those guys, I really hope that they get cross-platform trade for their sake. And yeah, I also hopefully we get another thing too. I hope that we get cross-platform clans. They haven't said that's not happening yet. I really am hoping that happens. I don't see why it wouldn't be a thing. I'm really hoping that's a thing. So I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy and peace.